Hello, everyone. If I could just have a couple moments of your time, I'd like to introduce you to a new YouTube series I'm starting that's based on a podcast I used to host alongside two very important people to me, John Carson and Mecha Sprite. Now, it's called Procedurally Generated, and it's about the history of video games, one random game at a time. I love the idea of finding connections and paths within this amazing video game industry while discussing games that are both beloved and forgotten entirely. When this show existed as a podcast, over our 35 episodes, we learned some very interesting things. But to be fair, we also had some games that we didn't learn much about at all. I mean, we covered over 150 games in that time, so of course we were going to come across a few that didn't offer up much. Therein lies the risk and reward of approaching content in this way. The thing I've found, though, through it all, is that it's never not exciting. Now, my plan with this show is to take that podcast format and expound upon it. Because the addition of video, photos, etc., I feel adds another important dimension to the content because, let's face it, we're covering a visual media. One change will be that each episode will be about one game and one game only. Now, I really want the community to be a part of this show as well, so I want to know your thoughts on each episode, and I want you to let me know if you think I missed anything. While my main avenue of research will always be internet, I would love the opportunity to eventually speak with individuals involved in the development of the games we're covering. Now, you may be wondering how the games get chosen for each episode. Well, I've simplified that a bit since last we spoke. We used to have a list, a really big list of over 115,000 games. Well, that list is no more. Okay, that's not true. The list still exists, but instead, we're going to be hitting randomize on a website called Moby Games. If you've never been to Moby Games, as far as I'm concerned, it's the most thorough database of video games out there, and after recently being purchased by Atari, it's going through some big changes as we speak. I, for one, can't wait to see those changes. Now, in terms of actual content, my goal is to give you an overview of how the game plays, who developed it, development details, what its significance to the industry is, and my research will often take me in many different directions. So who knows what we'll find out, who knows where we'll end up. Now, initially, it'll be me doing all the work, but I have left the door wide open for John and Mecha to play a role however they see fit if they can find the time. I also would like to bring in guests occasionally, but we'll have to figure that out as we go. Now, these parameters make it difficult to decipher what a release schedule will look like, so for now, the videos will be published as I finish them up. If I can eventually settle into a more tried and true routine, I will. Now, if you're interested in any of this, then please sub to the channel. There will be other content that goes up here as well you may find intriguing, like live streams, let's plays, quick looks. If you want to support me as I go, I invite you to check out the link below to buy me a coffee as well. If you're still not sure about how this whole thing is going to look, go watch episode 1 now. It's live.